Personal injury attorney Paul DeMore is back with some great information on a community service program that is near and dear to his heart. Paul is here with his friend Taylor Piles, the founder of the Blue Ribbon Project. Welcome, you two.
Thanks, Elsa.
Thank you.
Happy to have you here. So I'll let you do the honors. Do you want to introduce Taylor and tell us a little bit more?
Well, Taylor is the founder and executive director of a nonprofit called the Blue Ribbon Project, which came to my attention about a year ago through my wife when she got connected with the project. And as you know, I like to introduce your viewers to different people in the community doing great things. And what Taylor's doing and his project is doing for kids who are in foster care throughout the state of Maryland is pretty incredible. And I'm going to let him tell you a little bit more about it.
Well, Taylor, yes, I actually had the pleasure of meeting Taylor a couple months ago, in part because of this program. And I met you at another fundraiser because you're doing so much. Talk about what the Blue Ribbon Project is.
It starts with somewhat of a personal history. I grew up in foster care in Anne Arundel County. Now as an adult, I also volunteer as a court-appointed special advocate working with children that are in foster care. And then with Annapolis Police, I investigate crimes against children. So taking that personal and professional experience is kind of how the Blue Ribbon Project came about. Initially started as a website for adult survivors of abuse, and then over time began adding other programs to it. One of the things I did want to set it up as was a 100% volunteer organization where the community could get involved, and each member of the community can make a difference in the community.
I remember a story that you told me was about when you're moving from foster home to foster home, a lot of times your clothes are just sort of thrown into whatever is nearby. It might be a garbage bag or what have you. You wanted to change that.
Yes.
So that was the first part of your project. Tell me about the backpacks.
So with the backpacks, they're not school supplies. Sometimes when you think backpacks, you think of school supplies. They're emergency essentials to get that child through the first 24 to 48 hours of foster care. And by emergency essentials, things such as pajamas, clothing, toothbrush, toothpaste, body wash, that sort of thing. And they're age and gender specific. So we go from newborns all the way up to 17 years old. So social services, they'll call us up and they'll say they've got a 5-year-old girl and her 9-year-old brother. So we grab a backpack for a 5-year-old girl and a 9-year-old boy, and we run them right out to them. So it's before they even enter the foster home, they have these essentials in their hands.
And it's so great because it feels like a gift. I mean,
Yes.
the backpacks look nice and it's tailored to the kids.
Yes.
And you've got a couple of other programs as well, Aging Up, and tell me about the others.
So aging up, not out. One of the issues that comes up with foster youth that age out of the foster care system is oftentimes they're lacking life skills. So unfortunately, homelessness and things of that nature is really big in those that come out of the foster care system. So in an effort to change that, began life skills classes for foster youth. And basic life skills classes were things such as simple banking, how to create a budget, that sort of thing, job interviews, and we do like mock job interviews with them and that sort of stuff, and just a variety of topics as needed.
And then also the Foster Friends and Speak Up, Speak Out.
With Foster Friends, that's a program that's set up for foster youth. There's a couple of aspects to that. So if you have a child that's in foster care and they want to go play a sport or take driving lessons to get their driver's license, sometimes the state has funding for that, sometimes they don't. So if the state doesn't have funding, we'll raise funds to help that foster youth get their driver's license or purchase that equipment that they need. It might be a laptop for school and what have you. Another aspect of that program is we have a variety of events just for foster youth, things such as holiday parties and sporting events, just arts and crafts events, things like that, that is just for those foster youth.
That's great. And that fellowship with someone that gets it and understands what it is that you're sort of going through and experiencing.
Yes.
All right, so if we want to be like your wife and volunteer and get involved, we can do that right now because it's 100% volunteer.
That is correct.
All right, so we can get involved, what, it's March 24th?
March 24th, we have what's called a volunteer day, and that's for Backpacks of Love. Volunteers come in, they sort donations, they build the backpacks that we have. We actually have 2 of those public volunteer days a month, and that information can be found on our website.
Perfect, and there's also an open house on April 28th, so for more information, you can visit blueribbonproject.org. Thank you both for being here, really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you for bringing them.
Sure.
And we'll be right back with more Midday Maryland right after this. Stay tuned.